Okay, so I want to talk about why SaaS, that is software as a service, is the absolute best business to start if you're smart, and why it can make you filthy rich. Now, the bolded word here, smart, is because if you're smart, you won't do things alone, right? Any business is hard enough when you do things alone, right? Anything. But software as a service and software as a whole is harder, right? Because it's both hyper technical, and you need the technical part to be able to produce the product, but you also need distribution, marketing, right? And you most likely won't be able to do this alone with success, right? We hear this often, right? Want to go far or want to go fast, go alone. Want to go further, go together. So if you're smart, you're going to partner up with someone else that either does this or this, so each one gets 50-50 and each one does each one of the parts. And I have a video on this. I think I recorded like last week, so go watch it if you want a bit more of a breakdown on how to hire, how to partner up, and all that. Now, the number one reason why software is so much better than any other type of business is because of predictable revenue, right? MRR, that stands for monthly recurring revenue. Why? Because it's predictable, usually more than other businesses. For example, let's imagine a gym, right? People go to a gym to work out, but they subscribe, right? They pay a fee every single month, usually, I don't know, $50 a month, right, to go to the gym. And the gym knows that usually people stay on for 6-12 months, so that's $600, right? That's what we call the lifetime value. I guess the average lifetime value of a customer in our gym, right? It's like 600. So they know that if they're spending money on ads or spending money on marketing to acquire a customer, they know they can spend $500, right? Which is a lot, right? They can run a bunch of ads and just spend $500 just to acquire one customer, because they know that the average lifetime value is 600, so they'll make $100 profit on any new customer that comes in. That's just a plus, right? The beauty about software is that because it's recurring, right, because it's predictable, if you have 100 customers this month, most likely you're going to have more or less 100 next month, right, or even more, right? If things go bad, you might lose a couple, so you might have just 85, right? But you still have a bunch of customers. They won't just go anywhere just from day to night, right? They'll stick around. So you know that's your MRR, your monthly recurring revenue for all your gym members. In this case, I'm giving you a gym. It's all the same. And beauty, right, because it's software, you don't have the costs of operating a gym. You don't have cleaning fees. You don't have you don't have to pay staff to be there. You don't have to buy the machines. You don't have to maintain the machines. There's so much things that come into play when you're building a physical business, right? Whether that's a physical product or an actual installation. With software, it's all zeros and ones, right, on the internet, right? Of course, you have to pay a software developer, but if you're smart, you're going to partner up 50-50 with a software developer, and you do the marketing or distribution, or the other way around, right? You're going to partner up with a marketer, and you do the software development. Right? But there's no cost, right? Software is so cheap right now, which, I mean, just a couple of $100, you can have a software running, and with just Azure or Amazon AWS in the back for servers, and you can have it running up and running with, I mean, very little cost. So that's why it's amazing. And also the margins for software are super high, from 80 to 90% margins. I don't know a margin on a gym, but I'd assume they're much, much less. And I do think, don't quote me on this, but that the margins for software are the highest ones in the industry. So that's yet another reason. Another reason also is that if you want to sell your software business, usually the multiples are very high, because again, it's a business with predictable revenue and high margins, right? So people, of course, want to pay, and they pay more to acquire business that have highly predictable revenue, right? That's super important, right? You don't want to acquire a business that has low predictability, because it's uncertain, right? And also because the margins are high. Usually, if your software is making, let's say, 100K, I mean, let's do 10K a month, which isn't that much, right? If you think about it, a software making 10K a month, if you're charging, I don't know, $49 per month per user to use it, that's just 200 users, right, a month, right? And you can, I mean, in a year, you can surely acquire 200 users, right? In a year, 365 days, you can surely acquire and surely convince 200 people to pay you $49 a month, I'm sure, right? So you're making 10K a month with your software. Usually, 10K a month, of course, translates into 120K a year, right? So that's dollars. And usually, the multiples that software goes for are between 2 and 5. So let's just do 3, right? And there you have it. That's almost 400K valuation. And these are low end multiples, right? Low end multiples, almost 400K, right? And again, these multiples, the 2 to 5, maybe sometimes it's even 8, right? They will depend on a lot of factors: industry, predictability, defensibility of the business, how many customers you have, how many of them are high-paying customers, the lifetime value of the customer. So it depends on a lot of factors. That's why its range is so high, from 2 to 8, 2 to 5. But you can see that a multiple of 3x, 4x, 5x, 8x isn't common in any other business type, right? Or at least it's more common on software businesses because, again, there's no real costs, right? It's all digital. It's all zeros and ones. The margins are super high, and there's high predictability. So that's why, I'm of course biased because I started 2 software companies. One was a marketplace, which we grew from 0 to 300K a year in 12 months. And this one is my new one. It's called, it's essentially software for B2B. Here, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just teaching. I don't want you to buy my softwares at all. I'm just teaching what I learned because I think it's important that I document the whole process. But that's why I think if you're getting started, right, start a software business. Most likely you're going to fail, so don't invest a ton of money. Just invest time and learn stuff. And yeah, watch my other videos because I think they're important because I go about the actual path to building a successful or somewhat successful software business. And I've made a ton of mistakes, right? That's why I make these videos. And hopefully by watching them, you don't make the mistakes I made, so you get further, faster than me. So yeah, that's it. Start a software business, watch my videos. Don't buy a course because everything you need is on YouTube for free. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Cheers.